You have to refine the logic here. So get the count of each data type, integers, strings, let's say sets, whatever, correct? So here, until this point, it's very clear. See, first three steps are clear. And when you are doing this, check if the item is okay. Here, say use if elif conditions to check each type. Okay, and here even the second step, initialize the count value to 0. Initialize the count value to 0 for example, all data types. Got it? And look through the items of list. Use if else conditions to check the if else conditions to check each type. Okay. I- Here this increment count value by 1 for each. Increment the count value by 1 for each. Yeah, for condition block in the inside the condition block. Okay, so I'll quickly tell you like how simple it is. For example, this is the one. That's what. See, first of all, we need to understand to write like from today, get a notebook, take a paper, and think about a scenario like this. Write steps. This is we used to call as algorithm, right? Step by step procedure. So write algorithm. So if you start writing algorithm, over the time you don't need to write anymore because by looking at the problem statement itself, we can start doing it. See here, get the get the count of a list. Sorry, get the count of each data type. Right? This is the one. How come this is coming here? Yeah, this should be this. Right, this is a task, correct? Right. So it's very simple. So first of all, what you need to define a, for example, your program should work. So let's say mix list m equal to, for example, right? And then what we need to do? So we had to initialize the value to 0 for all data type, correct? Int count equal to, I just select C, int count equal 0, list count equal 0, got it? Tuple count equal to 0. What else we missed? List tuple set dictionary string like this. Let's say hmm, none count equal to 0. Did you get this? This is second, this is second point, second step. Got it, huh? No, Naveen, Priyanka, and everyone, right? Did you get it? Then what you have to do? See, for item, loop three, step three is loop through the item. For item n, m is the list, correct? Now, what is this? Use if else conditions to check each type. Okay, you can say if type of the item, right? Double equal to, for example, you just make comment for your understanding. Okay, if you write like this for integers, if type of uh, item equal to integer, for example, then what you have to do, and what we have to do, and also for incrementing counts, right? See, did you see it here? What did you notice? Initially, it is zero, and what you have to do? So if it is integer, then you have to increment the count by one. That's it. And if each time only one block will be executed, right? Because only one item you are checking, like this. If item of equal to second is, for example, list, then uh, increment list count. And if oh sorry. So the only core thing we need to understand is like algorithm. Once you understood algorithm, it will be easy to implement any code. See how though it looks like now complex, but still, like if you know this algorithm, you can easily write whatever the logic here. You got it? So for this one, we are like step four only. We are see step four is big. Got it? Mm, mm. No, that's where we had a session on conditional statement. Is it? In that we clear it is clear that each time if it is when it comes to the conditional statement, I did mention that simple if block, meaning you can also have if blocks now. With if not like this, you can still also have a if block, but having like this is important actually. Got it? So for example, set, what is the next one after this? Oh, dictionary. Okay. So if you had any doubt, so you can always refer to that particular session actually, so that it will give you a heads up that, oh, okay, so this is how it can be. And as mentioned, so start writing these programs, even take paper and pen instead of only sticking to the laptop, right? Whenever you feel free, sit somewhere, take a paper and pen, think about the use case, start writing it. So that would literally help you a lot actually. Even if you look at me, say if you ask me, Ikmat, like how did you learn all the languages, right? To be honest, I used to take notes. I used to write my own use cases. So otherwise, how I can overcome all these things, even though I don't have any mentor. You got it? So I'll sit. Even I'm just still when it comes to IT, right? So we keep learning more actually. It's not that one go we can learn everything and start working. So every technology each and every day, right? So it comes as a new one into the market. Need to understand, need to stick to the things. And these days, right? So doing any work, it's not at all a tough job because you do have a chat GPT, you do have a board. Like many companies, they started actually with the AI and other stuff. So only thing is you need to understand these concepts. Even for example, if I ask you to write a program, A, can you get the count of each data type, for example? If you ask the same question to ChatGPT, for example, let's say, it would give you, it will write the logic. Okay. Though our logic may be, different. Even ChatGPT can give you a best logic. But what we need to understand is we need to understand, what we can say. We need to understand in a very hard way as possible, because sometimes ChatGPT also makes some mistakes. Okay, so you should be in a position to correct them up. Otherwise, it's difficult for you to understand like what's happened. You got it? Once again, let's finish up this program. So my intention is that writing uh, writing them in notes always helps. And these days, if you don't know anything, also you can still you can still write them up in the application. Okay, if you see this like we used to call something called prompt engineering. Okay, so the best way possible you are asked, like ChatGPT can give anything, but what you need to do is you need to ask them in a right way. You got it? So that would literally, any people these days, right? Anyone in any company, they are doing ChatGPT only. Got it? And now we were in a right place where we should get into all the, what we can say. And people, even in India, so they are afraid of getting into programming roles. But you know what? Today, programming role is very easy, because everything, like whatever logic you need, right? So you can get it from ChatGPT or anywhere. Understood. But if you want to do some testing, right? So no matter what, you have to do manual testing, for example. You got it? And programmers, they used to get a lot of time actually. Seriously, programmers, they used to get a lot of time. Imagine, I never opened my laptop yesterday whole day, because I got stuck into some other, what we can say. But still, since I'm expert in this space, right? Like if as you I think I have shown you my tickets, how many tickets I used to close. All are criticals, all are critical tickets. So it's really easy, what we can say. It's really important, guys. Whenever you're working, so start taking help of ChatGPT. How many of you started with ChatGPT here? Sometimes, right? Right, right. We should start learning from ChatGPT. I need to understand, Oh, these are very, very important actually. But before that, having understanding of these concepts are very important. Again, you got it. See, you may be getting into a company with knowledge. See, when it comes to what we can say, interview and whatever it is, right? I'm there. I'll just like that. We will close the things, right? Even in work environment, it's very easy. When you're getting a company, see, as mentioned, right? So one person has joined us to one of the Iris company. Okay, Iris Cloud. So it is a insurance-based company. The work is very, very easy. Just that we need to understand how things are working, right? So within a month, you must be stabilized completely, because since now that you understood how to write a programs, right? It's our job is very easy. Got it? Because like in the current market demand, people are not ready to learn anything, because people are busy tied up with social media platforms. Okay, because when they will learn then, right? Nice. I made a big mistake then. No, it's you can still add them up, right? That's okay. Said right? Yeah, the one you just highlighted, the same thing got missed out. Sad. Okay. Instead of saying int count and all, right? So say count of int. That's it. That's fine. Int is done. Now list. Next is tuple. Next is dictionary. Next is string. Right. Yeah, three more. See, so okay. So when you're doing line, for example, now the line is become big, correct? So you should say to the interpreter that Python program that hey, this also belongs to the same line. What you can do is at the end of this line, give a backslash. You got it? And if you do backslash and enter, how many are left? Three, right? Okay, cool. Outer strings, bold type. Got it? Cool. So did you get the now? Did you get the logic, Priyanka and everyone? You understood, right? Did you get it? So you can put whatever you want. Let's say if you want to add, let's say, true, false. For example, true. This is a boolean type, right? And then have a dictionary. For example, welcome 23, for example, and then none, none type, for example. If I explore this now, none type is not calculating. Did you see this? But when it comes to that still be fine, when you don't get it. Uh, See, everything else come and oh, list is not there. Huh? Okay, but yeah. So when it comes to this, right? None is a special data type actually. Okay, so we cannot do. There is not something like this. None. No, you got it. So when it comes to when you want to count none, right? You can count. Let's say instead of type, if item, you can directly make a equality check actually. It's not like but we never do this. But yeah, I think we should do this instead of double equal to, right? We used to say like is actually is operator. I'll tell you what is is operator, but still if double equal to also, that should work. Did you see this? If item double equal none, we update the condition here and it started taking that none, right? And what else missing actually? So we had missed item is one list and one tuple, correct? List of 1 comma 2 comma tuple of 5 comma 6, for example. You got it? So if I execute this program, now everything is updated. So one list, one tuple, one dictionary. Set strings are true, booleans are true. Set is one. And I think you can, if you want to set, if you want to find this copy and check it here. Two integers, these two, and list one, right? Tuple is one, dictionary is one, string is two, boolean is two, set is one, and none is one. Yes, did you get it? Uh, Molly, did you? Now it is clear, right? Yeah. So in operators, right? So we used to have one operator called is operator actually. So we can use double equal to, it would check equality check, but when it comes to is, right, it will do the memory check actually. Okay, I'll tell you like what is Mm. So, but when we are doing memory, like when we are checking none type, right? For example, we used to use is operator. instead of if item is none, for example, if I exit this out, it's still C. Did you get it? Still you can use operator. Let's say if item, if none is none. So how the none is none. This is correct, no? You got it? So is also one operator when you want to perform. Uh, okay, I'll tell you like with the example I can give you. Mm, but I don't require. I don't think it's required. But each operator performs memory like memory address check. For example, let's say I'll tell you. Let's quickly understand that as well. Let's say a equal 10. Okay, b equal to a or b equal to 10, for example. So in Python, how Python works, right? So the beauty of Python itself, it will not create. See the when the other day I was discussing, right? So when we write in C programming or Java or any other language, right? When you write integer a equal 10, integer b equal 10. So I think you must have gone through in your engineering first year C programming session, right? So how this will be happen? So let me quickly show you how this is, and even let me take one more best example. So how that will happen is, for example, uh, okay, we can have one more block, right? And there is a separator. And in Python, how memory managed? Okay, so Python memory we need to understand. So in Python memory, so it has two blocks actually. Yeah. Oh, once it is done, then okay, no problem. So one is namespace. Python memory has namespace. Okay. Other one is object space. All right. So in order to understand this, so when we write a program, right? When we write a program like this, right? And when we print, for example, print A and print B. Okay. So let's understand. So when you write a program like this, see this is the what values it will print? 10 10, correct? So here, how the memory how memory works in Python, right? See, generally, when you write a equal 10, which means that value here is 10 and variable name is a, correct? So what it will do, it will create 10 here. So in one memory block, it will take one block for storing this 10. Okay, and here let's say this what in this block it will store a and one block for b and one block so b value and another block like this. But the beauty of Python is Python will never create a duplicate block. For example, when you write a equal 10, so 10 is so even namespace or object space will not create any duplicate blocks for separate. I'll tell you now a equal 10, right? So 10 will be stored in the object space. Okay, 10 will be stored in object space and assigned to what? Assigned to a, correct? So here a, understood. So when it comes to this, see, this is a memory. Object space means like memory space. Okay. So objects means like values, and it stores in the memory at some address, memory address. Let's say memory address is 1000. But this address can be some extra, like we can get it. I'll show you like how it is, how it will work actually in the background. But to be honest, this will not required when you want to learn Python, right? So this will not required. But I'm giving heads up. Maybe the interviewers, right? So they'll ask, hey, can you tell me like when you write like this, tell me, can you explain me what will happen? Okay, so to test your knowledge. So that's where I just giving this heads up. All right. And when you write like this, see a equal 10. Now a is the variable which is associating to this. Instead, actually, a is pointing to 1000 address. If a equal 10, see, it stores into this memory block whose address is 1000, and simply tags. You got it? Oh, sorry. It simply, I think we can. You got it? And when you write b equal 10, so if you see 10 is already available in the object space, correct? It will not create another 10 here. Instead, what it will do is for b, it points, see, since 10 is available and b equal 10. Now it will allocate b in the namespace, and object space, it will not create a here. Instead, since it is already having a reference of value, right? It simply route to that. I think I had. Is there any option to rotate? Yeah. Oh, oh no. Line, I think this is fine. Got it? Yeah. So if you print A and B, right? It should print 10 and 10. You got it? And so when it comes to other way, for example, in the same program and this line, and I changed A equal to 30 after some time, or A equal to 20, for example, after some time. And if I print A equal to 20, and if I print A and print B, you got it? So this time what will happen? In the same block, see, in the same block this time, see, until this point, if I print, see, until this, it is exactly like this, correct? Did you see it? But after my, so what I'm saying is, until this point, so this is how the memory address, right? You know, A is pointed to 10 and B is pointed to 10. Both are pointed to the same address. And now you update A equal to 20. You got it? Imagine now 20 is a different value, right? Meaning other than 20, other than 10, correct? Since it's a new value, it creates new address in memory. And now A will point to this address. You got it? So it point to 20. Understood. Now this connection, right? This connection gets lost. Okay. Now A is pointing to new address. Did you get it? Right. And now if I print A and B, so A is pointing to 20. So now A become 20 here. And B, if I print B, B is still pointing to the previous address whose value is 10. Did you get it? So A, here it prints 10, 10, 10. Okay. And here 20, and B still points to 10. Okay. And what is the address of, see, in these 2 points, what is the address of A? Address of, in the first place, address of A is 1000. Address of B is 1000. You got it? And since it's A is pointed new address, so let's say the address is 2000. So see, this value can be any address. See, in your hard disk, right? Whatever memory is free, its address. Okay, it's not. It's like some example only. And here print A. So here, what is the address of A? Now address is A is pointing to 2000 address. What is the address of B? It is pointing to 1000. Guys, did you understand this? Because see, whenever there is update on the a values, right, it's keep changing. It's lost the connection to the previous memory address, and it will point to the new address. Did you get it? Clear? Huh? Yes. So that even when it comes to that's where even Python become famous because of memory saving also. In the same example, for example, if you want to use C programming, what it does, it creates separate block A and B. It though it's a duplicate value, still it creates a new value. You got it? So instead of taking one block, it will take two blocks for C programming. You got it? Meaning it will waste the memory. In one block itself, we can do the operations here like this in Python. Clear? Huh? So even in if they ask, hey, how Python manage its memory, right? So you can clearly tell them with the same example. So the beauty of Python is like it sets the it sets the objects. It sets the object instead of creating new objects as for some duplicate objects. Got it? Clear? Huh? This one. Hmm. Right. So now, now we know how to print value, right? Now we need to we also need to understand how to print address, correct? There is a function called ID function. So ID, and here object reference. Okay. So ID of object reference. What is object reference? Here A, B, correct? So in the same context, if I want to print, let's say, see here, same program I'm writing down here. Let's say is and addresses. Okay. How address will be taken? ID of, got it? Yep. B, B, and I'm printing value and its address both. And after changing, updating A to 20, the same example, and again I'm printing A and B. Let's say after the update. You got it? So now if I go to let me comment out the other program. Did you see it? See, address becomes some big number only because it's memory, right? If you look at B address, right? B address is same. Is it? Even after before address and after address. So before updating, same value. Even you can see the same value, correct? But how about A value? A value, see, initially A and B also both are having same address. You got it? Did you see it here? And after the update, only A value get changed. A value address get changed, and still B value still point to the same address reference. Clear? Huh? Clear? No. Even they'll ask an interview actually. Okay. So let's quickly, now we understood some basics, right? What we can say. Uh, we can also start taking some exercises. So even when you get free time, right, start taking the exercise in the online, and some online Python tests will be there. Okay. So just like try to understand, try to attempt and see whether how many you can score. You score out of 100, zero also fine, but still have a touch up with the exams. You got it? That should be fine. We have to improve over the time. It's not done directly. Okay. So is it clear? This is also clear, no? Yeah. Hmm. Let me make it. This is a block, subject block. This is a commented actually. See, what I have done is I commented everything to make it more clear. That's fine.